Hi, George Fasching here, helping you unlock your team's genius. In this video, I wanted to share a few thoughts on the difference between being just busy and being actually productive. So it is in our nature that we want to feel busy. However, we often choose those types of activities that are easily accomplished. And I've shared a couple of videos over the last days that have a lot to do with that. So in one of the videos I spoke about regularly going into deep periods of reflection, or periods of deep reflection, where you connect or reconnect with what you really want to create in terms of value for the people that you get to work with. And that in itself helps you to center on really high value activities, and that should inform your planning. I also shared a video that I'll link to about task planning and about encouraging you to choose those types of activities that may make you a little bit uncomfortable, that may be at the edge of your comfort zone, but as the saying goes, life starts at the edge of your comfort zone. And it is those high value activities that you want to get done in the day, and ideally first thing in the morning before everything else comes up and might get in the way. There are a couple of additional concepts that I'd like to throw in here, so I thought I'd dedicate this video to it. One is willpower. Willpower, you can imagine, is a little bit like a battery that replenishes every night when you sleep. You wake up with whatever willpower you have available, and over the course of the day, that willpower gets used up. So by the end of the day, after you've accomplished all your high-value tasks in the morning and then worked yourself through the day, interacted with people, created value, you're consistently investing more and more of your willpower. So by the end of the day, you have very little left. So you might be familiar with this concept. Something to bring that to life a little bit is when we go home and we're in a relationship. We go home, we see our partner. By the end of the day, it's sometimes a little bit more challenging to perhaps keep our cool, to be more logical, to really use our full experience, to use our full competence for any interaction with our partner in times where there might be a little bit more demand. And the reason is exactly because our willpower has been used up over the course of the day. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because that just makes it ever so more important to actually prioritize your key value adding items to be done in the morning and actually get those done and sorted. So I'll link to the video about that task planning as well. And then having now laid the foundation a little bit for the difference between being busy and being productive. This is a symptom, if you will, that also presents itself in our teams, in our work, and with ourselves. So it is a temptation that we can give into, but we can also choose to overcome, where rather than wanting to please others by taking on more and more things, we actually are being realistic about things and saying, we are already doing everything we can. We are working at our capacity. If additional things, additional opportunities come up, we need to be realistic and understand if those are more important than something we're already doing. So in order to make space for something new, what we're currently doing needs to be stopped, right? This is a very pragmatic way of saying no. It comes back to saying no in many cases, right? So the difference between busy and being productive is how much value we're creating by the work that we do. We're being productive when we're creating a lot of value. We're being just busy when we're doing many things, but that don't actually potentially add a lot of value. Right? So hopefully through this exploration, I've shared with you a few concepts that bring to life the difference between simply busy and being really productive. So focus on the value that you're creating. If you find yourself doing a lot of tasks in your day where you're feeling unfulfilled at the end of the day, because you don't actually feel like you've made much progress, that could be a good indication that you are just keeping yourself busy and you're not actually being all that productive. And this is very normal, so I'm not judging here. It happens to the best of us, happens to me sometimes. So please consider this video not as a judgment of the way that you've been doing things, but as a reminder to take stock of how you're planning today, of your day, and of how you're prioritizing your work and how you're interacting with your colleagues. And they might actually appreciate a fresh look at things and saying, as a team, are we being just busy or are we being productive? How much value are we creating, right? And learn to say a pragmatic no together as a team and ensure that you're actually creating more value. The more value you create, the happier everyone will be, especially the people you're working with in your organizations and especially your clients and customers. Okay, thank you very much for that. Those are my high-level thoughts on this particular subject. If you found something useful in this or any other videos, please like, share and subscribe. If you have any thoughts on this video, please share them in the comments. If you have any idea for future videos, please also share them in the comments. Until next time, all the best for your practice with your team and all the best for your day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.